we go. We're dancing in the studio. Welcome, 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 everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Welcome to Open. Coming up on today's show, we're here from the artist and educator who's passionate about creating powerful content that raises cultural awareness. Then we'll learn more about her stylistic approach and how she's impacting the future of the arts. Then we'll check in with a talented manager and just speak about a concert that was held in memory of a local artist. So we'll learn more about that and a whole lot more. And then we got the life and legacy of that. And then plus we'll speak to a Queens native and an R&B singer who's releasing his latest album, New York, Can You Hear Me? That and more. Finally, we'll hear from a sister from a different mister, and she's a former 107.5 WBLS artist. We call her Debbie B, Debbie Jackson. She'll speak about how she is keeping Hal Jackson's legacy alive. All that coming up. And sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. I've got it going on for you. We're open. Hey, I'm your host, Doc Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is a visual artist whose work centers on empowerment, social justice, and Afrofuturism. With the exhibitions of reaching across the Northeast, she's here to join us to highlight her latest work on her Act with Art youth program. I like that. You're an educator. Tell us more. Welcome, Patrice Payne.
Hi, thank you so much, Dr. Lee, for having me today. It's an honor to be here. And I would love to share more about Act with Art and my experience as an educator. So I guess, first off, Act with Art started in 2011. That was the first time I established a program. We started out at Weeksville Heritage Center. In Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's in the house. All righty.
Which is where I used to live. I was born in Brooklyn. So right out of grad school, I was like, I wanted to do something that involved education and reaching like young people in my community that weren't readily getting access to art programming. So this is how Act with Art came to be. And then after that, we had some a really great turnout with the young people in the community around Weeksville. And we talked about issues relating to how they saw their environment, what community meant to them, also thinking about what ways they would revitalize their community.
Yeah. But you're an educator, so this whole education thing contributed to what you're doing now, right?
Yes, exactly.
How did you mix it in there?
Well, prior to starting Act with Art, I studied community-based art education at Rhode Island School of Design, and I decided that, I wanted to do something that was impactful for the community that I lived in. And then I later actually started teaching full-time at different schools around the city.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have experience in different mediums.
Yes.
Speak about those mediums.
Sure. So I started out drawing. That's like, I had a strong proclivity for art at a very young age. Started out drawing. That's like my first love. And then when I got into college, I kind of branched out and started focusing on different aspects of art. And right now, I'm working on photography. Yes.
And you put these pictures together?
Yes.
This piece.
These are all my drawings.
What is that right there? What is that?
Power and love, like a combination of the two. This is a self-portrait that I did a very long time ago during my college years. And all the work kind of relates to just the idea of self-reflection.
Your music world right there.
Yes. This one is like an homage to the Bronx. I love flowers and nature, so that's also an aspect of my work that you will see prevalent and show up. That's like a prominent theme in my work. So you will see that pop up a lot. And I always like try to at least do a little bit of something that relates to my experiences, my personal journey, but also ties back to my love of nature and the environment.
So when we speak of act with art, what are we talking about?
So the idea behind the name is that you're using your art as a source of action. It's your medium of choice, and you're able to kind of like shed light on your experiences.
I see they have music to that clip that they played.
Yes, it did. My sister actually put this together. This was when we did Act with Art here in the Bronx at the Young Women's Leadership School. And then we had our youth art exhibition at Bronx Art Space.
Anything coming up that we should know about, that we should attend?
Well, right now, Act with Art is on a bit of a hiatus. Before I was working full time, and now I want to get back to the groundwork of actually building it back up. So I am looking for ways to promote it and have it be a mainstay here in the Bronx.
You also did a Black Lives Matter mural.
Yes.
Was that in 2020?
Yes, in 2020. I was one of the artists commissioned to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I designed the word matter. So all the imagery that went inside that word, I selected and created to represent what it meant.
Yeah.
And each letter kind of stood for, had a special symbolism. So M stood for matriarchs, because women are like at the forefront of these movements.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. A stands for ancestors. And as you go down, each word kind of represents some of the activism that we wanted to do to showcase that we are, moving forward with this movement.
Yeah. So you collaborated with them and then a number of other organizations too. Who are some of those other organizations?
So the Percent for Art program with the New York City Culture Department was involved. The Tax Crew helped realize the imagery. They helped paint. Also the Thrive Collective was also involved. And the two other artists, TJ Muhammad and Sophia Dawson, were also instrumental in creating the imagery for Blackened Lives.
So you're in hiatus now, but you're ready to pop out, right? With something. Something's getting ready to happen. Something's getting ready to birth. I can feel it. What's coming up? What you getting ready to do?
Great question. I am really trying to focus more on building up Act with Art. Like I mentioned, I want it to be something that children can gravitate to after school. So I'm looking to see if there's ways I can bring it to different schools around the city. I'm also working on some few passion projects right now, focusing on my photography and building that up, thinking about themes relating to Black women's health, as well as things within the LGBTQ community as well.
Oh, I heard after school program.
Yes.
So you're going to start that where?
We'll see. I'm hoping sometime soon, hopefully within the spring of 2024, I'll be able to get that reactivated.
Do you dream about these things? I mean, wow, this is what I want to do next. And you start building upon it?
You could say that, yes. I guess you could say I'm a Pisces, so we always live in the dream state. So I'm always thinking up ideas, I'm writing them down. Even if I don't get to them right away, I'm always like, okay, this is something I want to do.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can execute it on my own, then find other ways to get other resources to help build it up. So I'm always writing down things, always jotting down notes. My sketchbook is mostly filled with notes than drawings now, just because I'm just writing those thoughts down.
Yeah. Want to give some shout outs to some people who helped you along the way?
Of course. I want to shout out my partner, Katia Etienne. She's here with me today in studio. I want to shout out my alma maters, Wellesley College, Rhode Island School of Design, for, helping me hone my skills as an artist and a teacher, as well as some of the community organizations like Bronx Art Space, the Bronx Photo Walk, who I've been a part of, just attending some of their photo walks, as well as neon photography.
Look at that.
Thank you.
You designed those costumes?
No, this is at the Brooklyn Pride Parade last year. And these were just people, they brought the energy, and I wanted to capture those moments.
There you go. But that's why you're a photographer also.
Yes.
All right, putting the pen to the paper and using that camera too.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful.
Those are my tools, are my choices of weapons, like Gordon Parks.
You need the tools
Yes.
to make it all happen. Where can we find more information? Are you on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Yes.
website?
Yes, you can find me at pjpayne.art on Instagram, or you can find me at www.patricepayne.com, my website.
Beautiful. All right. Give a big round of applause, everybody at home in the studio. We applaud you. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much for having me today.
You got it. All right. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more Open coming up next.
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's the gentle giant.
What you know about Port Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shug. You know I'm for you.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for you. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
I'm starting time for dinner.
Oh, turn it back.
Faster, dinner!
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here. Ooh.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more.
And welcome back. I'm the Doc Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open, and we appreciate you and love you and thank you for it too. Our next guest is a talent manager, and she's for beautiful artists. She finds them, she puts them together, she makes it all work. She's founder and CEO of Phyre Entertainment LLC, and she joins us to shed some light on the inspiration behind the Phyre Nation Concert series and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Jailyn Gardner. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Bob, for having me.
I've been working with Mom for a number of years now, and she's doing
amazing things.
Yeah, it's fire where she works.
No.
I mean, she's got it going on.
Truly, like she really does, honestly, and that's why I made her part of my team.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, the way she works is fire.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
I know, she's on fire.
yeah.
But,
So I know apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
yeah. No, thank you so much.
Tell us about all the things you're doing, because she was bragging about you.
Yes, so I actually coordinated and produced my first concert.
All right.
Yes, actually we're 9 days out now. And it was on October 14th, and it's the Phyre Nation Concert
Was it fire?
series. Oh, it was fire. It was such a good night. We had Music Soul Child, Case, Jay Holiday.
Yeah.
And we had DJ Seswan as our DJ. We had Black Rose, actress and comedian. We had Ali the Greatest, producer. We had so many amazing people. We had amazing openers. We have openers that are local. We had openers from Spain. We had openers from like the surrounding colleges in Westchester, and it was really an amazing night.
So this was your first one.
Yes.
But you knew how to do this, but you just didn't do it yet.
Yes.
How did that feel for you? Were you nervous in the beginning?
In the beginning, yes. And then kind of, once it was happening, it was kind of like, oh man, I don't have time to really, we're in it. And I don't really have time to be nervous because I have to just act and, put things together and make sure that everyone was going to have a good time and a good night, a fire night.
And then the flow was fire, right?
Oh, yeah.
One behind the other. So, this thing is almost over. Then when it was over,
oh, man.
We got it done.
The sleep that I had that night, oh, man, it was beautiful.
Yeah?
Yes.
That was the best sleep you had in a long time.
Oh, in a long time, in months.
So where are we going to go from here? Where are you taking us?
Well, because this concert was in honor of the artist that I was managing, Boogie Nation from New Rochelle, we started our journey in 2019. And, I gave him some advice and it worked out for him. And he was like, would you like to manage me? And I said no. And then he said, how about this? I'll find a competition for us to do. And you do the manager stuff. I'll do the artist stuff. And if I do good, you'll manage me. And I was like, no, if you win, I'll manage you. And we went down to Miami and he won. And that is how we started our journey.
I'm in it. Here we go.
Yeah. And then we had so many successful moments. And like we had a billboard in Atlanta over the Pac Stadium. We were working on a distribution deal around the time that, unfortunately he passed. And, we just had so much going on, different performances and features that we were working on. And, because he had such a great impact on my life and also he was so active in the community, like, in 2020 when so much was going on, as far as like, especially, it was a time for people to be active and for the community to come together and support each other. And he was so big on that. And
that's good.
That's why, I wanted to make sure that I did something to honor his legacy and let people know just how important he was.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You pushed it forward. You made it happen. Was managing all that you thought it would be, or you're still finding out more and more about it as you traveled through this journey? Honestly,
managing is, I guess when I started, it was more than what I thought it was. But now that I'm more seasoned and I had such a great artist to learn with, I appreciate it. I appreciate the impact that I can have in the positions that I can put people in, because at the end of the day, like, I feel like one of my purposes is to help people. And so I want to help people in an industry that sometimes isn't too kind to the artists.
Tracy, she's in our business of helping others get what they need out of life. All right. Moving in the same direction for a common cause. How many artists do you think you want to take on? Would you manage more than one artist?
I think at most, I would manage 3 at most, but it would be easier if their careers intermingled, If they moved as more of a collective, that would make my job easier, under the Phyre umbrella.
Yeah, under the Phyre umbrella. There you go. All right. Anything coming up next that we should know about?
So I'm looking to do my next concert in March. Yes. And since we did male headliners, we want to do female headliners this time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we're looking at Ashanti, Maya, Lotto, deciding I guess the venue will help us decide which artists.
Do you know which venue yet?
I think that I want to take it to the city because I want to let people know that Westchester isn't upstate, you know, and that we're a lot closer than people think. And also because I feel like the musical influence that we have on each other from the city to Westchester, like, you know, with Heavy D, the Locks, you know, Diddy, like, and then having all of the, like, the plethora of artists from the city, you know, Fab, Jim Jones, like all of those guys. And I think that because the music, like it intermingles, you know, so therefore, why not?
Yeah, why not? And
Why
plus,
not?
Westchester's a part of the Bronx anyway. It's the other part of the Bronx. So that's good. Well, before you do that, you're going to come here and let everybody know again. You stop by again.
Definitely.
Let me see. Come by in February?
February sounds good.
You have a date in March already?
I don't have a date yet, but I definitely will come back in February.
So come a few weeks before, 3 weeks before.
Oh, of course, of course.
And let us know where you're going to be, what, you know, who's on the bill and all that stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like this one's going to be a big one.
You excited?
I am.
You excited
I'm super excited.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be a biggie.
Yes.
If you're excited now, you got to keep that excitement going.
Oh, I'm so excited. This, honestly, doing this just showed me what I'm capable of. And also, it's helping me create more opportunities for artists that may not get the visibility. Yeah. You know?
So your Phyre company.
Yes.
You have a number of people working with you? Or?
Yes, I do. I have a nice team behind me. You know, I have people that, you know, from management to marketing to, you know, my mom is on my team. You know, I made her the manager of my company because no one's got you, like your mom's got you, you know, and also even my dad, like he's,
that's good.
That's my gosh, so, like he was amazing during this process of the concert. Oh man, he thought of things that I definitely did not think of.
That's good.
Yes.
That's why parents are there for you.
Oh, 100%. And I'm so lucky and I'm so grateful to have such a supportive family. Yeah.
Anybody else on your team you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, definitely. Like, definitely Marie Houston. Like, she was my mom's right hand in this. Courtney, he just really came through in the clutch. There's a few people that, you know, will remain anonymous, but they definitely had such an impact and they know exactly who they are. And all of the artists, I want to thank them for, you know, taking a chance with me for my first concert and it being successful and people having such a good time. And, you know, like some of the footage is unbelievable.
So
like
now people know.
Yeah.
Now people know what you can do. Yeah.
Which is such a beautiful thing to work hard for something and then people be happy for you, you know, and want to work with you and want to see you do better and be bigger. Yeah. So it's been a journey.
I know you're going to do well. George Floyd's family has recently come out and thanked you in Phyre Entertainment.
Really? Yeah. Like that was definitely something that
touched you in a special way.
Especially because of the fact that, you know, it was such a world-changing thing that happened, you know, and it sparked a lot of, you know, it sparked a lot of artwork, it sparked a lot of activism, it sparked a lot of community coming together that normally wouldn't, you know, unless there was a tragedy. And unfortunately, we were all home because it was a pandemic to watch it together. And I think that's why, you know, things like that are sometimes a little bit unfathomable, you know, and shocking, you know, especially when you experience that in your own life. And, you know, having my artist pass, that definitely, you know, made me even more so go back to that time and just think about it even more deeply.
So you got some springboard there. You got some things to work with to help you get you where you need to go. Besides family and friends and the wonderful entertainment, the artists that work with you. How can people learn more about everything that you're doing?
So you can find me on Instagram at PHYRE _ ENT _LLC.
I'm sorry, I jumped in there. Do it again. Say it again.
It's PHYRE _ ENT _ LLC.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
All right. We'll be looking forward to March, and I know you're going to put it all together. I know what it takes. I know what it takes, and I know you and your team can do it.
Yes, I'm so grateful for my team, and I'm so grateful for you inviting me here.
Oh, you're always welcome.
Yes, thank you.
We're part of the same family.
No, thank you so much, truly.
Right. So come back and let us know more.
I will. Okay. I promise.
Keep us up to date. There she is. Jailyn Gardner, music manager, Phyre Entertainment LLC. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't thank you enough. We'll take a quick break. I've got more good. I'm going to say, you know what? I was going to do the BLS thing. We got more good stuff right here on Open coming up next.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
analytics and empathy. That's how getting clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. The stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
Found my heart out there in the open. Trees make you feel small. Can't help but get lost again.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
Hey, welcome back. Our next guest is a Queens, New York native and an R&B singer. And she joins us to speak about the journey that they're taking in the music entertainment space, reflecting on how his music career started and to promote the latest album, New York. Can you hear me? So please welcome to the show, Romeo B. Romeo!
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right, man. I like that chant, Romeo.
Romeo!
I love it.
Where are you sitting right about now? What state are you in?
I'm in New York. I'm actually in Brooklyn currently.
Oh, Brooklyn's in the house.
Yeah.
So what are you writing about? What are you singing about? How did you get started in the business? Kick it off like that and I'll jump in.
Absolutely. So right now, my current single that I just released is called New York, Can You Hear Me? Kind of like an homage to all of New York City. I grew up in Queens. I live in Brooklyn now. And I just, the city has just had such a major part of, the music that I write and the sound and everything. I sang in choirs growing up. And, I've always had that music within me. And the city is kind of like, I had to write something. I feel like it's the new anthem.
It's a new anthem?
New anthem, baby.
All right, good. All right. What genre of music are you dancing in?
I would say R&B, but this song is kind of like Bruno Mars type. So like similar to like That's What I Like and like Uptown Funk. So I would say R&B / neo soul.
Do you have a manager?
I do not have a manager currently.
He doesn't have a manager.
No, I do. I do have a manager now.
You do have a manager.
Yeah, now.
I was going to turn you on to somebody that's extraordinary.
Oh, listen. I'm always willing to hear things.
You're open, right?
I'm very open. Yes, I'm a free agent.
All right. Open while he's on open. It's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
So you started out in church, and then what took place from all of that? How did you jump into the recordings and in the studio and working with people?
From church, it kind of evolved into singing in like choirs in school and then a cappella groups as well. So I had a barbershop quartet as well as a soul definition group in high school. And then when I got to college, I joined an a cappella group called Last Call. And it was like an all-male group. It was similar to Pitch Perfect. It was actually based off our school at Cornell because I went to 20 different a cappella groups, like huge a cappellas. And so that's kind of how we keep thinking throughout this entire time. And then, basically after the pandemic and after, it's 21, I was like, I really want to start.
You want to start what?
Pursue my own music.
Got it.
It was always in a group. And so, my middle name is Romeo. So that's kind of how the stage name Romeo B. And I really wanted to just and really just start.
Wait, where did the Romeo B come from?
It's my middle name, actually, and the name of my grandfather.
B.
So, and then Romeo B, my last name's Barnett, and there's a lot of Romeos out there. I'm Romeo B.
There you go.
My Romeo.
There you go. You know they're going to be running after you. You know that, right?
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm a little bit of a lover boy, too, so that's where you get a little R&B from as well.
There you go. You're a lover, not a fighter.
Exactly. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
How did family play a role in what you're doing today?
Oh, man, I cannot thank my family enough for helping me pursue my dreams. When I'm at gigs, I look out into the audience and I see my parents always supporting me, always there for me. My mom taught me how to harmonize and sing at a young age. And, ever since then, I feel like they've been a major part of my musical journey. That's me singing at a wedding and, just all of the gigs and all the energy that I kind of bring. It's kind of an homage to my parents. They've always made music a major part of my life. We'll just be singing randomly in the house, harmonizing with each other. And, that's definitely one of the major reasons.
Yeah. Do you sing in the train station over there, 179th and Jamaica Ave?
I sing everywhere I go. Absolutely. You might just randomly hear me singing in the subway car, or, blast my new single on a speaker or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about it.
So this new song, New York, Can You Hear Me? How long did it take to put together, and what are you going to do with it? Where's it going?
So actually, I have a plan to market it all around the city. Go to City Hall and have it playing everywhere it can possibly play. Ironically, I did perform it at the Apollo, and I will talk about my journey at the Apollo, where I've done in the past, kind of the songs like the 80s, 70s, like that the Apollo wants me to do. This time I decided to think my original music, and unfortunately it wasn't too well at the Apollo, but it was kind of like I was like, you know what? I got booed on at the Apollo, just like all of the greats.
They didn't treat you well at the Apollo?
They didn't treat me well at the Apollo. They didn't even let me sing. It was a little crazy. But, they're used to hearing like their 70s, 80s kinds of music. And I wanted to bring my new sound.
Yeah.
And I think the sound is going to, be ringing all throughout. So I category of the James Browns and the Lauryn Hills and Luther Vandross that have moved the Apollo a few times. And hey, that is not bad company.
Did you touch the log when you walked out on the Apollo stage?
I did. I for good luck,
Yeah.
I did.
Well, it's still good luck, whether they boo you or not. That's a tough crowd at the world famous Apollo Theater.
Sure,
if you can walk out of there and be all right, then you can go pretty far.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
I've hosted Amateur Night at the Apollo Theater, and I know
you have.
I have.
That's amazing.
And I've seen some people just drop the mic and say, "All right," and you never heard of them again. But if you can, continue singing, let Sandman. Sandman's going to come out, let him do his thing. But if you can continue after you leave the Apollo Theater, then all right, something I didn't do right. Let me go try to correct that and continue on. We fall down, but we get up.
Exactly.
That attitude. Yeah.
I love that. That's it. That's great. And that's exactly how I feel. It was an eye-opening thing for me, but you can either, fall from it or grow from it. And that's how I'm like, you know what? This is how I'm going to spread my sound. I'm going to sing everywhere I go. And I want New York to sing my ass. New York, can you hear me?
Yeah. New York, can you hear me?
New York, can you hear me?
Do we have a clip of what he Let's check out a little taste of this. Here we go. New York, can you hear me?
Let's go. New York,
my word like the wildfire. Shy boy from the back of the choir. Finally learning how to lead. Working hard though it's never seen. Skylarks on this incredible beat. Gotta thank him for some incredible feats. To let Romeo shoot for the stars. Blast off quick like I'm Bruno Mars. New York, can you hear me? Romeo's gonna run the city. On that grind because I know I'm next. Don't mind fighting for my respect. New York, can you hear me? Romeo's gonna run the city. On that grind because I know I'm next. Don't mind fighting for my respect. Summertime, got the game in my pocket. Heat rises to the top, you can't stop it. Dry season, but I reign supreme. Even with the best in NYC.
Romeo! Hey, New York, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I love it. I love it.
They're going to hear you, Romeo. They're going to hear you. Romeo B in the
I
house.
appreciate that. Romeo be in the house, baby.
Are you going to be performing it anywhere?
Absolutely. All around the city. You know, I have concerts, I want to say like once every 2 months.
Uh-huh.
So I'll have like a big show. My last show was at the Delancey in NYC.
Uh-huh.
So that's been like a popular venue of mine. But, you know, performing it all around the city, open mic, wherever I can, busking up the streets, probably like squares, stuff like that. I just really, really want New York to hear my stuff.
Yeah. Are you going back into the studios after you work this? New York, can you hear me?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I think that this is kind of like, again, an homage to New York, but I'm working on like a neo soul album as well. You know, this song is going to be on that album, and I got to hit the studio. You know, I'm supposed to be making music.
There you go.
Major part of my life.
Social media, where do we go to find more about you?
I would say my Instagram, my TikTok, all Romeo_B_sing. And then, you know, if you're anywhere you consume music, Spotify, Apple Music, stream the song New York, Can You Hear Me? If you want to hear the new sound of the city, baby.
There you go. The new sound of the city. Romeo B. Yep. Hey, New York, can you hear me?
Let's go.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for coming on, all right?
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
R&B singer. You got it. R&B singer, Romeo B. We'll take a quick break. I've got more open coming up next.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're in the room. We're in the room.
Talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Thanks for hearing me out, bro.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
One of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history at Post nightclub in Orlando.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved. If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov.
So as a technical sergeant, E6.
I served in Vietnam in 1969.
I am an U.S. Army veteran.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Of course.
Yes.
Try to always be there for each other.
I do my best reaching out to my brothers and sisters in arms.
Have you ever asked for help yourself?
It's always tough, right?
I can't say that I have. I mean,
If you don't have someone to kind of help you guide those thoughts, it can be really bad.
eventually, you just can't deal with it on your own.
I guess it's a part of the military too, right? Service before self.
It was drilled in, service before self.
And you start to question, maybe people would be better off without me, When you realize that you're not alone, once you take that first step, there's so much support.
Es temporada de influenza otra vez. Si usted es como la mayoría de las personas, debe tener preguntas. Es muy importante recibir una vacuna anual porque las vacunas contra la influenza se actualizan anualmente para que funcionen contra los virus de ese año. El mejor momento para recibir su vacuna es en otoño, pero recibirla después todavía puede ayudar.
And welcome back. Hey, our last guest is no stranger to the show or me. We've known her for years. She's my radio sister. She's she's still a part of 107.5 WBLS in New York because her husband founded the place along with Percy Sutton. She's the CEO and president of the Youth Development Foundation Incorporated, and she joins us to speak about a tribute to Hal Jackson's Talented Teens International event and highlight the work that the Youth Development Foundation is doing to uplift young women. So let's welcome to the show Debbie B. from Hal Jackson's Sunday Classics. Yes, Debbie B. Jackson. Debbie.
How you doing, Bob?
How are you? Now, I know you've been working hard. You've been talking on everybody's show. You know what it takes to get something done. And I've watched you behind the scenes before anything ever happens. When Hal Jackson puts on his Hal Jackson's Talented Teens International Contest in different places around the world. But now we're going to be in Jersey. But talk about the Youth Development Foundation and how it was all started by Hal Jackson.
Well, the Youth Development Foundation started, years and years and years ago. We're now celebrating our 50th anniversary. And what we do at this point is give scholarships to young ladies entering college. What they have to do is maintain a 3.0 or better. And then they send us out their transcript. And we send $1,000 directly to their college to help with their education. And I have partnered with Black Women for Black Girls, and we also give them a college shower. Now, a college shower is a college shower. Young ladies have baby showers. No, we have a college shower.
Yeah.
And also, the Youth Development Foundation, as you know, through Talented Teens International, we have awarded over $2.5 million in scholarships, travel, and prizes through Talented Teens International.
I know. I was there. And still very much so a part of it. Thank you for all that you're doing to help others get what they need out of life. It's a bunch of people, takes a bunch of organizations. There's no competition in helping other people. And we love all the things that you've been doing over the years too. I mean, I'm talking about hard work so that when we come out on stage and present it to you, it's nice and it's pleasant and it's all ironed out like a diamond in a rough, all polished up and ready to go. So you're going to have something coming up in New Jersey. Talk about that.
With love.
Say it again.
Okay, what we have coming up is, I said it's all done with love.
Yes.
It's all done with love.
Yes.
And what we have coming up is on November the 9th, we're going to be doing a soulful R&B fundraiser for the Youth Development Foundation. And we're going to have Howard Hewitt, the Ladies of Sky, Jeff Redd, the Bells 2.0, and Melissa Morgan, who is a former talented teen.
That's right.
And it's going to take place, and all of the money that's going to be raised is going to the Youth Development Foundation so that we can keep awarding those scholarships.
Beautiful. And we're going to talk more about that before we wrap this up. But how important is it for you to continue Hal Jackson's legacy, his work, working in the community, doing those things that touch the lives of many people that you come in contact with?
Yeah, well, it's a labor of love. Hal opened up so many doors for so many different people. As a matter of fact, when he first started in radio back in 1939, he went to a radio station, WINX, and that was in Washington, D.C., and told them that he wanted to do a radio program. And they said, no N-word will ever go on this station. You don't tell Hal no.
Yeah.
He went out, he got a white advertising agency that bought time on the station, and then he walked in there with Mary McLeod Bethune, and history was made because he was the first Black to go on that radio station. He then went on to do 3 different radio programs in the same day down in the DC area. He came to New York. He did 3 programs in 3 different programs, 3 different radio stations in the same day. He started Talented Teens, and that's because he wanted to help young ladies. Before young ladies, I mean, he was the first to put Black women in television commercials. So he's always been a part of women and trying to push them along. Just a wonderful individual. And I had the opportunity of being married to him for 25 years.
Yeah.
It was a labor of love, and it wasn't even labor.
Yeah. And he was the first of many. We just named 1 or 2 things that he was the first of. He had a basketball team in Washington, D.C.
The Washington Bears.
And he started WBLS along with Percy Sutton.
WLIB AM, WLIB FM, and WLIB FM became WBLS.
That's right. And in 2024, we'll be celebrating 50 years.
Wow. I hope I'm a part of it.
You are a part of it, and you know you are. You are a part of it. So we're going to raise some money for the Youth Development Foundation on November the 9th. It's going to be at the Bergen Center?
Yeah. Bergen Performing Arts Center in Englewood, New Jersey. And we're asking people to come across the bridge. I know sometimes it sounds like it's so far away, New Jersey, but the Bergen Pack is only 10 minutes away from the George Washington Bridge. And it's going to be a fantastic show with Howard Hewitt, the Ladies of Sky, Melissa Morgan, Jeff Redd, and the Bells 2.0. Now, the Bells 2.0 is the opening act, but it's a husband and wife team, and they do duets like Ashford Simpson and Peaches and Herb and, Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell. It's going to be one heck of a show.
And you're going to be on the mic.
And you're going to be on the mic.
Well, let's jump on the mic. Here we go. Yes. So are we promoting this? I know we're promoting this in a number of different places. Ellaby is helping out with it. I saw a write-up in the newspaper. It's all over the internet, and I love where it's going. It's a bunch of people getting together, moving together in the same direction for a common cause. It's a beautiful thing.
It's all in the love of Hal Jackson.
Yeah. All right, so get ready. We got Melissa Morgan, Jeff Redd, Ladies of Sky.
And
Melissa,
Howard Hewitt.
Yeah. And don't forget the 2.0 crew.
Right, the Bells 2.0.
The Bells
exactly.
2.0. All right. And I heard you were singing too that night.
You don't want me to sing.
But you never know. So many people came through the Talented Teens International Contest. Who are some of those people? They may jump on stage and they may come through. I don't know.
Not me singing. However, some of the people who've come through Talented Teens, Jada Pinkett Smith, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Taraji P. Henson, Evelyn Champagne King, Cece Peniston, Melissa Morgan, Allison Williams, Regina Bell. And those were the singers and the actresses. We had Ty Jimenez, who is a ballet dancer, and she was a principal dancer at the Dance Theater of Harlem, and now she's a director of dance. There she is right there.
Yes.
She's the director at the Dance Theater of Harlem. And then we've had Tanya Kennedy, who is a judge, a Supreme Court judge right here in New York.
Yeah.
And Ambassador Dr. Susan Johnson Cook.
Oh, yeah. Yes. See?
I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah, you touched a lot of lives over the years, and you continue to do so. So
at least 30,000 young women have come through Talented Teens International.
Yeah. And so we're going to raise money on the 9th, and some of that money will go towards scholarships to help others go on to college.
All of the money will go. After all of the bills are paid, all of the money is going to the Youth Development Foundation, and we will be awarding scholarships. Like I said, we give a minimum of 5 scholarships a year, and that's $5,000 a year that we give. And we've been doing that in the name of Hal Jackson, just to keep his legacy alive.
Beautiful. I'm going to give you the camera right now. I want you to reach out to some of these people who may want to join us this evening on the 9th.
Okay, those who want to join us can come to Bergen Pack, or you can go to bergenpack.org/events, and you can get your tickets there. You can also make a donation at youthdevelopmentfoundation.org. Go in and tap on that donation button, and you can make a donation. We're reaching out to everybody who has been a talented teen, who has sat in the audience of a talented teen competition, who has worked with talented teens, who's been a judge for talented teens. Come on out and support us. We really need your help, and we really appreciate it, including you, Dr. Bob Lee.
I will be there, and I can vouch for it because I've worked with you guys for so many, many years. You know, I live my life in the community based on some of the things that Hal Jackson stood for and what he did to touch lives. And, you know, he always said, God has blessed me to be able to meet people like you. And he has really, really touched my life. And Hal is one of my mentors. And, you know, my father, one of my fathers. I have a couple of fathers. I have the Father. Of course, I have a son. And I have the Holy Spirit. But I thank Hal Jackson for all that he has done to contribute to my life and helping me to be in line to touch other lives, too. So I will be there, and
I know times when I'm speaking to you, you get all choked up like you just did, and then I see it.
I do, because Hal Jackson was a part of our Make the Great Awards too. Our Make the Great Foundation. We had something called the WBLS On Time program, and he always backed me with that educational piece. Because he was always out there. He said, let Bob get out there and do his thing. You know, how I don't even want to start laughing like him or talking like him. But, you know, when I do that, it just touches me. But yeah, Hal Jackson, that's the man right there. So we urge everybody to come on out and be a part of it and give, because you get by giving is one of the paradoxes of life. So we're all going to come together, contribute in many ways, and we're all going to just have a good time that night, November the 9th. At Bergen Pack, right?
Right, Bergen Pack in Englewood, New Jersey.
Englewood, New Jersey. So we will see you there. Is there a website that people can go to learn more?
Sure, youthdevelopmentfoundation.org. And you can find out all about Talented Teens. It's all there. Our history is there. It talks about Hal. It talks about the Youth Development Foundation. And we want to thank anyone and everyone for just listening and even thinking about giving.
Are you going to appear anywhere else to help? Oh, you know, Hal Jackson has a book out too. So if you want to learn about the man and how all this stuff got started, he has a book out. You have one of those there?
I'm looking. I know I have one.
It's called The House That Jack Built. The House That Jack Built. You got to find out all about that book. You'll find out how WLIB got started. Believe it or not, LIB started in, there it is. It started in Brooklyn and came across into the Midtown area. Hal Jackson worked there for a little while. Then he left and went to Philly. And then WLIB went to St. Teresa Hotel right across from the state office building, and then across to Sylvia's. And that's where Hal Jackson and Percy Sutton got together and purchased the radio stations. And then we went downtown to 801 2nd Avenue, to 3 Park Avenue, to Hudson Street, and to the 25th Street. So, yes, there's a history, and it's all in that book, The House That Jack Built. You have a stand there that night on the 9th where people can purchase that book?
Yes, they will be on sale there. And the thing that I like about this book is that all of the pictures are not in the middle. What Hal wanted was for pictures to be throughout the book. Anyhow, yeah.
He's got pictures with everybody in that book.
Mm.
You know, I know. He has
and,
pictures.
And as a matter of fact, talking about pictures, one of the things that I do is I am now a photographer as well. And the pictures that I take, I've blown up to 18 by 24 and stretch them on canvas, and I sell them, and all of the proceeds from the pictures go to the Youth Development Foundation.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we'll be looking forward to getting together on November the 9th.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Bob.
You're welcome. All right. November the 9th, we'll see you all there. It's at say it again.
Bergen Performing Arts Center. And you can pick up the tickets at bergenpac.org/events. We also are having a VIP reception that's going to take place prior to. And you can get those tickets by calling 914-258-6476.
Beautiful. Debbie B. from Hal Jackson Sunday Classics. Debbie Jackson, President, Youth Development Foundation, Incorporated. Thank you so much, my darling. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bob.
We'll talk more.
You know who I loved.
You are loved too.
And it's nice to be important,
and
but
it's more important to be nice.
Yes.
Thank you, Deb. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank you, our guests, for joining us, you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. Thanks for following us. You can continue following us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage. I want to thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. It's so very, very, very important. You can join our hosts, Kevin Arlene, Darren Jaime, and Rena Valentine for episodes of Open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll catch you another day, another way. I'll see you over 107.5 WVLS. But always remember this, what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. Remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way you're right. So say you can, and you will. Catch you another day, another way. I love you all. Peace.